All right, so this is episode of the guitars, I believe number 11 now, so we're into the double digits. Last episode was Scotty, my RG 2550 Prestige ZK. This is my 1996 Ibanez S470 FM, which stands for Flame Maple. This is the Vega. And this is one of my all time favorite guitars that I've ever had. I say that about a lot of them, but this one is very special, and it came about. I acquired it rather unexpectedly, and it's just. I guarantee you, I have likely played this more than I have most of my other guitars, which is saying something because I play guitar almost every day, and this one's got some serious mojo. So we'll get into how I acquired it, what I've used it on, and the specs and all that good stuff. And please, if you see like what you see on here, then please leave a comment and hit the subscribe button as well. And there'll be more content coming soon. So, so this is a Korean Ibanez. This is the only Korean one that I have. I've only had 3 Korean ones, I believe, out of all the Ibanez that I've had, for actually maybe 4. The first one was an RG450, then I had an RG270DX, I had another S470, but it was a newer one. I forget how old it was exactly. My friend Max, what's up, brother, still has it. And my cousin has the RG270 that I had, but it might have been 4. But everything else that I have from Ibanez is Japanese. And this is a fantastic guitar. If you can find one of these, they're not real expensive, 450, 500 bucks, maybe 6 at most. Uh, this has the Ibanez low TRS. I don't know what TRS stands for. Floyd style bridge on it. A lot of people knock this bridge. It is not a low pro. It is not an edge, but it's great. It stays in tune. It does what it's supposed to do. So I think it has better flutter than a regular Floyd, an original Floyd. But as far as functionality, it comes back to tune. It's very nice, and it's about all you can ask for with a floating bridge. It holds tune and comes back to tune once you let go of the bar. So mahogany body, as all of the S models that I know of are made of mahogany. Flame maple top. The price point, I don't know if that's a real maple top or not, or if it's like a photo flame. Of course, rosewood fretboard, abalone, oval inlays, neck binding, maple neck. And this one does not have the Godos on it. These are just stock whatever is on there. So this one doesn't have the Godo hardware. All the Japanese ones do, except for one that I just acquired that I can tell you it doesn't have the Godos on it. That's another episode for a while from now. And then you just got a master volume, master tone, 5-way switch. Something unique about this guitar also is it's the only Ibanez I have that has Duncans in it. This is a Duncan TB5 custom trimbucker. It's like a PAF on steroids. This is a stock middle single coil. I forget what the model is. It's one of the Ibanez AH pickups, which are lifeless. If you have them in your guitar and you can get good tone out of them, I'll be very surprised. I had to change them out. And this is a Duncan 59. Besides that, everything on this thing is stock. Of course, I took Walmart $1.97 hobby section, painted the switch tip and this black piece of plastic and the truss rod cover gold, because I am a Nazi when it comes to matching hardware. The rest of the hardware was already gold, including the pickup rings. They got that right, and the bridge, and the tuners, and the nut. But that hideous piece of black plastic on the top of the body is it's an eyesore, and everything else matches. I'm also thinking about getting some gold knobs with abalone on the top. I put those on my on Steiger, and because since the inlays are abalone, I think they would match even better. So those are the specs on it. And so how I came about this guitar, I was just checking the time here. Okay, I've got plenty of time. I was working at TG Music in Goshen, Indiana. This is 2014 because I had moved from LA back to Indiana and got hired to teach there. And I was there a little over a year. And my buddy Adam, what's up, dude? Adam Hart, who worked on all my guitars at the time. I just walked in and they knew I was an Ibanez junkie, and still am, more so than I was then. And he's like, "You see that Ibanez back there?" I said, "No." And so this was hanging on the back wall, I think I'm trying to remember what they wanted for it. I can't remember what the price was. It wasn't a whole lot. And I just really wanted it. And so I had a Squier Strat that I'd had for like 15 years. It had gold hardware, had a Floyd on it, put an Evolution humbucker in it, and it was a nice guitar, but it was the one I could live with parting with, and I didn't have anything else I wanted to sell or get rid of. So I was just getting ready to move back to LA or really close to it, and so I wasn't broke. I had money, but it was money I wanted to save. So I was like, "Can you do an even trade?" And then 4 or 5 days went by, and he hadn't answered me. So I called him and I said, "Hey, dude, you know, you think you can do an even trade on that?" And excuse me, he said, "No, I don't think I can." I said, "How about the trade plus $50?" And he's like, "Okay, we can do that." So awesome. So I got $50 together, went in the shop, got it, and strangely enough, the case that he had for this one with it was the same exact Fender case that I had for the Strat. So all I had to do was I kept my case, put this one in it, and away we went. And then I've had it since. I guess some chick who lived in a trailer court and was pawned it for barely anything, didn't have any idea what she had. But glad I ended up with it, and this is just I just love this guitar. It's been a really great workhorse. And then the pickups I got from my dearly departed friend Nick Appelman and Monty Pittman. What's up, brother Monty? How you doing? I was at work one day and I got a text from Nick that said, "Hey!" like all caps, and then I ignored it because I was teaching. And then a few minutes later, same thing, "Hey!" So I thought something was wrong. And then all of a sudden, I get a text, a few minutes later, I get a text that, "I got you a present." I'm like, oh, because Nick was that kind of guy. I came home and he had this pickup for me. And I wasn't as thrilled because it's a Duncan. And I got nothing against Duncans. They just don't excite me and get me all kinds of geeked out like the Marzios do. But this is a TB5 custom trembucker, which means that not any difference between a trembucker and a humbucker. Is it's a humbucker with string spacing that's better for Floyd Rose type guitars. That's the only difference. It doesn't sound any different. It just looks a little different when it's in there. It might sense the string a little better because the spacing is different. That's all that it is. And then I didn't have a neck pickup for it, so Nick got a hold of Monty, and Monty got this 59 here. So it's does its job. I'm not sure I go back and forth on how much in love with the neck pickup I am. It sounds a little single coily to me, which, because I am humbucker man. I'll explain the history of this shirt in a minute and why the guitar is named what it is. But I don't hate it either. It's not a big deal right now because I'm not sure I want to bother spending the money to change it, because I don't dislike it. I'm just kind of in the middle somewhere. So this guitar is named the Vega after my best friend Patrick Vega. Follow his channel on here, Six String Joy. He just now acquired a whole bunch of vintage Ibanez guitars himself, and this guitar was actually I named it Vega because I named the Strat the Vega that I traded on this before I got this guitar, and then I decided that I wanted this better. And Patrick is not a large man. He is built thin. His body is thin, and he loves PAF humbuckers, and this is a PAF style. It's very hot pickup, but it's got a PAF type of tone to it. So I felt that was fitting. You can see it says that's his album sticker on there. Check out his album Free Fall Faith Firestorm. I had the sticker over here. You can see I tried to remove the original sticker because I played it so much. I wore the font off of it. So he gave me a bunch of other stickers so I could just put another one on there whenever. This one's been on there for years now. So I put it in a place where I couldn't wear it off of there. He made a point of, I tried to remove Vega from Vega. Like, even the Goo Gone would not remove the residue from this sticker. So it's very much a pain in my ass as he is. And then years and years ago, we were talking, and because he's a Strat guy primarily, and we were talking about the pickups. We're all giving each other shit about, he says humbuckers suck, and I tell him single coils suck. And one day he was just like, "You're a humbucker man." I was like, "Yes, I am." And he's like, "You should have a T-shirt that says it." And I'm like, "Yeah, you're right. And it should say the buck starts here on the back." Well, that's what it says on the back here. And this is a DiMarzio liquefier, which I have had before. I had it in a Jackson. I sold it, but it looks like the Batman logo. It's totally badass. And Patrick is my best friend, best and closest friend. We chat almost every day. He lives in Austria. He visits a couple of times a year. Met him at my teaching job, and he has been there through everything, every relationship I've had in the last 12 years, and all the ups and downs. My hospital ordeal 3 summers ago, and vehicle, this, that, and the other. And we just, I can't say other than his general pain in the assiveness, because that's just how friends are, you know. We're always giving each other shit. But I fucking love him, love your brother, and I am pleased to know that some of his mojo has transferred over to this thing, because this is a sweet guitar. And even though, I mean, I love the Japanese stuff more. This is the only Korean Ibanez I have currently. I wouldn't have any problem with having another one. And this is a high quality guitar. You can still tell that the Japanese stuff is higher quality, though, from my experience. Some of the Prestiges were made in Korea, but I've never actually played one. So this is my favorite shirt also. And he gave it to me for my birthday 3 years ago, or a little over 3 years ago now. So I had it shipped to my apartment and finally got it done. That was one of the best days ever. So quick sound demo real quick. So that's the bridge pickup. One up from the bridge. Middle pickup, one down from the neck. And as far as what I've used this guitar on, not a lot, because I haven't played it live much. I played it at the Viper Room a few times when they were doing the Sunset Jam some years ago, before all the lockdown BS. And I played it at a few rehearsals for this band that I never played any shows with, called Akari Mon Amour. I did a video for them 10 years ago. It was this Japanese oriental band with heavy riffs, but had all these electronic, they call it electronic dance metal. Yeah, it was an opportunity to be in a music video. I never played any shows with them, and the manager was a douchebag, so that never went anywhere. But besides that, I mean, I haven't done any much recording with it. It's in a couple of my YouTube videos. It's on, actually, I Am the Fire, when I played it at the Viper Room. I played this, and it's on my YouTube here. I use it for teaching a lot. I play it at home all the time. But besides my 78 Ibanez, I can practically guarantee this guitar has been played more than any other guitar that I have since I got it. It is my main go-to instrument, and I just get a sense of just awesomeness when I open the case and look at it. I also ended up getting a Gem 7, I forget, UV 1000 or whatever, the lined case with the gold latches and the combination on it, for $10 where I work at a few years ago. People sell those cases for several $100s, and I'm really glad to know that it's housed within that case when it's not being played. So they're just badass cases. I have 2 of them because my Gem, Mr. Caterpillar, came in one. But that's about it. I can't think of too many other things about this one. It's nicely worn in, got a few dings in it, but it is a 1996. You can see some chips in the body. but that gives it character, and it's just a sweet, sweet guitar that I'm never getting rid of, and again, just really glad that came across it when I did, and it was a great time to acquire one, and that's that. So if you like what you see, please hit the subscribe button, and click the like button, leave me a comment, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace out.